What's up, everybody? All right. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Sam? How's it going? We got to get together real soon. Real soon. Well, I decided to come on this Saturday night. I was like, man, I got to get on live a little bit more. It's tough, though. I don't know about you, but man, it's hard to go live for me. I can't wrap my brain around having to do this live, talking to someone. They're not talking back. So if you're watching me, go ahead and talk back. If you're still on, go ahead and talk back. Let me know you're there. And just want to take a little bit of time. Wherever you may be watching from, just let me know you're there. Just drop a comment. But I wanted to talk about some of my greatest mistakes that I've made in business. And for those that don't know me, I've been in business for a minute, about 18 plus years now. So I started off after I graduated college from the University of Florida, got into construction after getting my degree in construction management, worked for several different businesses and companies, and decided to go ahead and venture off for myself, partner with a couple guys. We started ACY Contractors and we continued the business, and we end up parting ways. That's a whole nother story. I'll probably tell another day. And started the construction business 2004. Since then, started other businesses, but I wanted to talk about just a few of the greatest mistakes that I've made, and one that definitely comes to mind is working with those that really don't have your best interest. I don't know about you, but man, that's tough when you're just out here hustling, especially us in our community and black and brown communities. You're doing everything you can just to try to make a dollar, and you find out that those you thought had your back, those you thought were advocates for you, they're really not. They're really more concerned about their own job, which I understand. However, it's just a little bit disheartening when you're putting your trust and confidence in other people and they don't stand up for you. You know, in this business, we need people to stand up for us, fight for us, but we have to do the right things, of course. And sometimes that's easier said than done. So I want to challenge everybody that may be watching, or maybe if you have a business, that, we always try to do the right thing, try to stay focused. But I say this, and you hear it all the time, and I've heard other people say this: you got to go where you're loved. You got to go where people are going to love on you. They're going to want to see you succeed. There's nothing worse than a hater. Someone that does not want you to succeed. I tell you, it's so disheartening. But let me just give you something else that I recognize just for my personality. And I don't know about you. Maybe you're like me. I'm a C on the disc profile. So I'm analytical. I like to think. I like to strategize. I like to take my time to make sure I'm making the right decision. But I'm coming to learn as I get older that there's a book out there, and it's called Money Loves Speed. Money loves speed. Success loves speed. And you'll hear that over and over again. And there's a book, maybe you'll get it. And I got it, and I'm starting to read it. And I want you to know that money loves speed. And so if you're like me and maybe you're challenged in making decisions, challenged in pulling the trigger, that we're hesitating, and all along we're losing money. The longer it takes us to make a decision, the more money we're losing. You say, well, Mike, I don't know if I can believe in that. I don't know if I can feel that, because if I'm analytical, if I take a little bit longer to make the decision, maybe I'll make the best decision. Well, let me give you this another point to think about for those that are watching me. I appreciate you being on. Just drop a comment. Let me know you're there. Say, what's up, PMDY? I'm here. If you're watching me on Facebook, and thank you for those on IG. And so I'm trying this for the very first time, being on IG and Facebook at the same time. Listen, y'all, I'm learning technology just like you. And that's what I also learned in business. You got to always be in a position to continue to grow. If you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not growing, you're losing money. If you're not growing, you're not expanding. So continue to grow. And so another thing I began to learn is that if you don't hurry up and make a decision, most likely you're going to lose money because you could be suffering the consequences from not making the decision fast enough. And so I like to say it like this: you'll always pay for your education. I don't care what you do, where you go. Whether you go to college, you get a 4-year degree, a master's degree, a doctoral degree, or you just go to the school of hard knocks, you will pay for your education. Can I get a what about that? Anybody know that I'm telling the truth? You will pay for your education. All of my clients that work with me with my business coaching, they would tell you, man, I did not know that. Man, if I would have known. And so it's easier if you're able to learn it from someone else, but one way or another, you got to pay. So whether you want to pay for a coach or a consultant that's going to help you be prepared for that test, for be prepared for that challenge when it comes, one way or another, you're going to pay for your education. So would you rather get there faster? Would you rather get there faster? You want to take your time and make the mistakes. And so what happens in business is that when we move too slow, what happens, we don't even give ourselves the opportunity to make the mistake and recover. I'm gonna say that again because some of you all missed that. In business, if we don't make the decision fast enough, we don't even give our times to make a wrong decision and recover. Even if it's a bad decision, guess what? Reality is, okay, let me reassess, let me get back in there, let me figure out what I need to do, what I need to change, because one way or another, you're going to pay for your education. So if I made a bad decision, right, let me go ahead, make that decision, change whatever I need to change, implement whatever I need to implement, and then I'm able to grow and gain more speed. And oftentimes they say this, we get analysis of a paralysis of analysis. You know, what's up, y'all? I see you. Unc, Unc always coming through. What's up, Virgin? It's good to have you guys on. So, uh, PM, what's that? MJP Bills, good to have you on IG. Listen, it's always a challenge in business to make a decision fast, and so that's what I'm working on. I don't know, y'all drop it in the comments. What are you working on? What are some challenges, some mistakes you made that you're working on? But I'm definitely trying. My wife used to tell me this. My wife works with us in our businesses, and she used to tell me this: why didn't you fire that person a long time ago? Like, you didn't see how bad they were. And I'll tell you all, I'm horrible. When I say horrible, that's why if I ever decide to ramp up with a lot of employees again, I got to let somebody else run it, because I'm the type of person, I'm a nice guy. I try to be a nice guy, give the benefit of the doubt, and I give you a chance. You know, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna let you sabotage yourself before I fire you. That's not always good as a CEO. Sometimes if it's not working, you need to make adjustments to try to get to the next place because you need speed. I'm learning that in life. I'm learning that in business. You need speed. And so if you want to get there faster, sometimes you just have to pay for it. Woo. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you just have to pay for it, right? If you want to do anything in life, if you want to attain anything in life, you know, I have a construction business, so let me make it practical to you. If you're still on, give me a thumbs up in the comments, right? If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, give me some fire bombs in the chat. All right, y'all put some fire bombs in the chat. So I'm just learning that you have to move fast, and it's no different than in construction when you're building. If you want that job done faster, right, you have to put more money in it. If you can't have three things at one time. You can't have it fast, you can't have it safe and have good quality. You're gonna sacrifice one of them. You're gonna sacrifice one of them oftentimes. And so I just want to share that with you all. That was one of the things I'm working on. With my staff. If I see things that are going wrong, I need to bring them up sooner. I don't need to wait and just say, well, they'll fix themselves. Why do we run from confrontation, man? Anybody out there like me, you're non-confrontational? If that's you, drop yes in the chat. You non-confrontational, drop yes in the chat. If you don't mind confrontation, just put a fist in the chat. If you don't care about being confrontational, yeah, just put a fist in the chat. Whatever you are, but me, I'm non-confrontational, but I'm learning, man. You got to just address stuff. Let me just drop something I just thought about. When my wife and I was going through marital counseling, something we learned from Pastor Jerry and Barbara Quarterman. I'll never forget this. And Pastor Jerry used to say this all the time. It was like, Michael, he used to talk to the men. He said, something bothering you, you gotta speak up. You can't just, you know, not talk about it. You can't just sit there and let it boil over in your mind, your thoughts, and your heart. You got to bring it up. You can't back down from it. So I'm learning in life that you have to sometimes address confrontation, even if it's something that the person may not want to hear. Even if it's something you feel like is going to hurt somebody's feelings, or it's not an easy conversation. You just got to have the conversations. I think all of us can do a better job in having those conversations. And you know what? That's actually healthy. It's more healthy to have those hard conversations than to not have them, you know. And I'm not sure what's going on with my IG connection, but uh, yeah, I'm learning. You have to make those adjustments. You have to move fast and do those things, which is going to help you to grow, help you to overcome obstacles. Right? What's some of business challenges you guys are having out there? Why don't you drop it in the chat for me? Whatever business challenges you're having, drop that in the chat for me. Yeah, drop that in the chat. Any business challenges you having? All right, I see some of you all on Facebook. Whatever business challenges you're having, drop that in the chat. I'm sitting here playing with this restream on Facebook, but yeah, I want to hear about some of the challenges you guys are having in your business. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Here's another one of mine while I'm waiting on you all to drop something in the chat. Another one of my challenges in business is I don't charge enough. Man, I'm starting to learn like Michael. You'll make more money if you charge more. And I think sometimes that was hard for me because I don't, especially being a pastor and being a believer in Christ, I didn't want to feel like I was ripping people off. Anybody out there is like that, like me? If so, drop a yes in the chat. If you feel like that, yes, I'm just like you, Michael. I'm a believer. I don't want people to feel like I'm ripping them off, but I understand if you're providing a good service, then you deserve to be paid. If you're providing a good service, you deserve to be paid, and you deserve to be paid good. Anybody know what I'm saying? Drop a yes in the chat if you feel me. Yeah, if I'm doing something, if I'm providing a good, valuable service, I deserve to be paid. Man, this is interesting. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'm working on that too. Working on valuing the solutions that I'm providing. Valuing solutions that I'm providing. You know, it's crazy. We're solving problems for people, but we're afraid to charge them for the impact of their problem being solved. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Here's another one. Here's another one of the greatest problems that I had in business is that not focusing on working with those that truly wanted me to succeed. Uh, that's one of the most powerful ones that are out there. Go where you are loved, go where those folks going to appreciate what you're providing to them. There's so many places you can go provide your solutions to problems, answers to questions. So many places you can go. And I just want to know what you think about that. Yeah. I know people black say black people don't like to pay like other races. That's crazy, isn't it? It's like, man, what is that all about? Isn't it funny how people in your own family, in your own community, your own race devalues your gift? It's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. I've noticed that too. It's like, man, I can go over here down the street and get twice as much, and they don't mind paying. But a lot of that is around the scarcity mindset. It's around people are afraid to let go what they have. They rather keep it to themselves. I know my business coach was talking about in our conference I went to last week. What's up? He was talking about this in our conference. He said something that was so funny. He was like, I don't mind going to, you know, a, a restaurant and paying, $20, $30 for a meal, but then I get mad when they upcharge me for the sauce. Oh, y'all, listen, what's up, man? I see you on Instagram, bro. My wife and I, we were tripping. We just was like, man, this inflation thing is so real. It's so real, this inflation thing. I don't know. It just hit me for some reason. My father-in-law bought a car. I heard the interest rate was kind of crazy high compared to what we just last purchased a vehicle a few years ago. And then I know the price of food is going up. I know that you can't go to Wendy's or anything else without noticing that the price of a meal is increased significantly. But so we went to this restaurant, and I'm tripping. Hadn't been to that restaurant probably a year. I won't name the restaurant, but we went to the restaurant and the food is good. I would just say that the food is good. The service was a little slow, but the food was good. But I'm tripping because I got the bill. They charged me an extra $1.50 for a slice of cheese, y'all. I'm tripping. I'm like, what? Hey, we went there. The lemonade, you couldn't refill the lemonade. It's like, whoa, what y'all doing with the lemonade that you won't refill it? I understand it's not Minute Maid. It's uh, it's not a fountain drink or whatever, but maybe it's fresh squeeze. I don't know, but gracious, I mean, they had extra charges for the refills, and then I had decided to get me dessert. Y'all know I'm a sweets guy, unfortunately. So pray for me, pray for my strength. And so I said, let me get that key lime pie, man. That key lime pie was $8, y'all. I was like, babe, I can go to the store and get a whole pie for $8. It was a slice. And when they brought that slice out, it was so small. I said, what the world? Y'all know what I'm talking about on Facebook. I'm like, can y'all give me at least, if you want, it's like Cheesecake Factory, right? If you're gonna charge me $10 for a slice, let it be a big slice. You know what I'm saying? Let me get at least full off of you know. But it's funny, scarcity mindset. I promise you I'm going somewhere, but scarcity mindset will say, well, I'll pay $8 for this little slice of pie, but I won't give $8 to you to help me do something that's gonna get me somewhere else faster. It's crazy. It's like our brains just function weird. It's like going to uh Popeyes or any other uh fried fast food restaurants you go to, and they charge you an extra 50 cents for barbecue sauce or something. It's like, sorry, ma'am, you can only have 2 packs of barbecue with your nuggets. Well, my daughter said, I want another one. Well, you got to pay that 50 cents. Like, oh, forget it. Y'all can keep the whole meal. We have a scarcity mindset. No, you have 50 cents. Just pay the people their money, but they make more money on the sauce than they do on the meal. You know, we just don't like. I don't know what it is. Sometimes we just don't like people to make money. It's. I really believe in our community is that scarcity mindset, not knowing I need you to help me get to where I'm going. I need you to help me to get to where I'm going. What's up? What's up, entrepreneurista? Come on, man. What's going on with my internet? What's up, entrepreneurista? Yeah, and so I'm tripping over some of that stuff, man. We gotta let go of that scarcity mindset. That stuff that's holding us back. Like we scared to pay people. Here's another part of a scarcity mindset that I'm learning, and it spoke to me during this conference. What's up, Lena? Lena. So, Lena, I'm talking about some of my greatest business mistakes. And Lena, I know you're in business with your family. You can drop some thoughts in the chat if you can think of some while we're just up here having this little conversation. But I'm on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. Um, but it is just so interesting in life. The scarcity mindset that we have, it holds us back. It keeps us from moving forward. And this is the thing that came to me from my conference was that, Michael, yeah, you're a self, you like to do things yourself. You like to be more in control of things. You like to learn and figure things out for yourself. And that's how I learned how to do so many things in my business. But I believe that was necessary in order for me to kind of set the standard and the processes that I'm looking for, and the standards and the processes that I want to see in my business. And I would coach anybody that way. I just believe that is a good way to do it. However, if you hold on to it too long, you will slow your growth down. Yeah, if you hold on to that thing too long, you will slow your growth down, and that's not something you want to do. You want to make sure that um, you get somebody else to do the things that you don't need to be doing anymore. I recognize even with my coaching business, there's some things I needed to give over to somebody else. So it's one guy. He may watch this. He's not on now, but he may watch it later. One young guy, he came to me. He's like, man, I see some great things on your, that you're talking about. You seem like you know a lot of stuff and your different businesses. But when I go to your social media page, man, I just don't. It just don't add up. He was like, he said, it just don't add up. What I see on social media don't add up with what I hear come from your mouth. And so, I'm country, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm just country. I try to speak proper and all that. It doesn't stick too long. I think I need to go to another speech class. But anyway, so what I learned from him, and he kind of helped me. He was like, you gotta get this information out to people, because you've gone through so many things that people haven't experienced. There's not a lot of people in our community that's had an 8-figure business, multiple 8 figures business before. It's not many people in our community that have gone through some of the things and experienced some of the growth that you experienced. So what's up, Lee? What's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Need to see you at church, girl. All right. But so he was like, man, you just gotta let people know who you are and get more things out there. So he's been pushing me. So you all should have seen a lot more social media, a lot more content over the past couple weeks. Like we pushing something out literally every day. And where I'm going with that is you cannot do everything yourself. At some point of time in your business, you have to start focusing on what makes you money. And what makes you money are your thoughts. I don't have time to get into all that, but unpack that today. Yeah, that's right. Nobody knew your name, but it's all good, Lee. And then the folks on Facebook can't see you, so it's all good. But yeah, I need to see you at church. But anyway, and tell your husband I did text him. He didn't text me back. But anyway, we have to let go of trying to do everything ourselves, because we need speed. money loves speed. We got to get there faster. And if I'm doing everything, I can't get there. So I'm trying to release some things, not only in my life, personally, business, ministry, get other people involved. And so I also found another program. Somebody reached out to me on Instagram, and they had a program that's similar to a VA. So this may be helpful for those that are out there that want to increase your social media, engagement, social media content. So even though I have somebody working with me personally, kind of hands on, I did find another company, and it's called Acadium. Acadium. You all may want to write this down if you have any desire to grow your social media marketing. So there's a company called Acadium, Acadium. And so they have like interns that are out there learning digital marketing, learning social media marketing, learning how to do copy, for ads, learning how to create content, how to create graphics. And so they're out there learning. And so our responsibility, if we partner with Acadium, is to be mentors to those interns, help them in their journey, and they're going to do some work for you. And it's very affordable. Like, how much would you all pay somebody to maybe even just let me give you an example. So I have an online course that teaches businesses A to Z, start to finish, everything you need internally for your business. Literally everything you need for your business: vision, mission, core values, like list goes on and on. Policy and procedures manual, whole business plan, marketing plan, strategic plan, like everything, right? I have this in my online course. And so what I wanted to do is create emails that'll go out every week that can assist a person to know, hey, this is where you should be in this process. Are you doing this? Here's some encouraging words for the week, that type of thing. So I want them to create an email for every week of the year. So that's 52 emails. And I didn't want it to be like a one sentence, hey, what's up? I hope you're having a great week. I didn't want it to be lame. So I wanted to have some content, some value. So some of the emails point back to content in my course. Some of the emails point back to something they can read or a book reference. It's the whole gamut. And so in this um, assignment that I gave one of my interns, he created all 52 emails. You know how long it would have taken me, even with Chat GPT, and for those that don't know, Chat GPT, that's an AI software that's out there that can assist you with things like that. But it's not always going to speak in my voice. It's not going to sound like Michael, right? The boy from Pensacola, whose country, y'all all right? It's not going to always resonate. So what's going on with the internet here? But anyway, so he created all 52 of those emails, and he also uploaded it into my course, because not only do we have to type it all out, we have to upload it into my course and sequence it out and program it so it's automated. So it goes out at a certain point in time. Then we'll send a text blast and say, blah, blah, blah. Hey, just want to make sure you're doing good here. So he put all that together. And how much you all think? How much would you pay somebody to do that? Let me see if I can get some response. How much, if you're still along with me, how much would you pay somebody to do that? And I'm not gonna be on here much longer, so y'all gotta talk back to me. Y'all gotta talk back to me. I mean, how much would you pay somebody to put those emails together? What, a couple thousand, couple hundred? I don't know. I mean, how much your time's worth putting 52 emails together, like literally from scratch? Yeah. Lee said, I'll pay them as much as they ask for because I can. Yeah, that's a lot of emails. And guess what? I'm about to put him on another sequence because I have several email sequences for different platforms that I have. So yeah, that's a lot of money, right? I mean, I would think about my time. And I value my time, even if I'm charging someone on the low end, right? Anywhere between 75 to $150 an hour. Like, that's my low end. And if it was going to take me, 52 emails and put it in the sequence, oh no, it's taking me all week to do. It's taking me all week to do that. So let's just do the math. Let's say, I'm charging the rate $100 an hour. Yeah, that's me. For this brain, no, they need to pay me $100 an hour, right? No less. Honestly, just think about that. And if it's gonna take me a week, let's say I was able to do all of that, which I doubt, in 40 hours. That's 4 grand. That's 4 grand, right? So this is what Acadium does, even though he's not Michael, right? He's not Michael, but he can do the things that what we call low hanging fruit. He can do the things that's just busy work for me. So I can have the time to think and do other things that maybe are more strategic. So what he did, I'm only paying $550, I think, for 3 months. And that's 10 hours a week. I don't know. I don't even know the math on that, but y'all can do the math if you want to. Those that's watching me on Facebook. Yeah, mom said $1,200. Right? I paid Acadium because I don't even know if the interns get paid. That's none of my business, but it's all legit. It's a legit platform. These people are learning something, right? It's almost like they're going to school. They're learning something, developing skills. They're working for you, and you're probably just paying the service provider to connect the dots, connect the people. Yeah, $550 for 3 months. I like, look, I'm signing y'all up for all year. I can't pay anyone that cheap, right? For a whole year, 2 grand for a whole year. You working with me 10 hours a week, no less than 10. Well, it's about 10 hours. 10 hours, 12 hours a week. Sometimes they put in more time than that. They don't report it. But 10 hours a week, right? For a whole year, man, 2 grand. And so, for those that don't know, now there's another thing about using virtual assistants. Some people don't agree with it because most virtual assistants are not here in the United States. They're truly virtual. They're truly um, outside of the United States. And I know some people hear virtual and they automatically assume that just means you're working remotely. But most VAs, once you get into this line of business and start using a lot of VAs, you'll find out most of them are overseas, heavily in the Philippines, where their wage rates are around $4 to $8 an hour at the high end. So that's why you're starting to see a lot of people in the online space starting to use virtual assistants to do a lot of their remote work, like setting up all their copy and all their social media messaging and those types of things. Because you don't need someone in the office sitting in the office doing that. And so literally they're paying $4 an hour. So yeah, some people don't agree with that. They're like, you're taking jobs from Americans. And well, let me find an American that can work for that. Um, yeah, and I believe you need both. I believe you need both because we can't make money all the time just taking care of everybody. And that's a hard lesson to learn in business. Sometimes we try to take care of everybody and we go out of business trying to take care of everybody. Y'all feel me? If you feel me, drop I feel you in the chat. Yeah. If y'all feel me, drop I feel you in the chat. Yeah. So that's real. But anything else, look, you guys, I appreciate you all being on with me for this brief amount of time. I'm trying to push myself. I need you all to encourage me. Say, come on, Pastor Mike, Michael, Big Mike, whatever you call me. Everybody that's watching right now, call me something different. Yeah. So I need you all to encourage me so I can come on a little bit more often and have these conversations. And I think for me, you know, and Lee, I know you started your podcast and you come on live. But for me, sometimes it's so discouraging. You see like one, two people show up. It's like, oh man, I'm going on here pouring out my heart, spilling my guts for like two people. I think I went through that during the pandemic. When we had to be on live. I went through that, and I did something called Boss Moves. Anybody remember that? Oh my goodness, what's up, Lori? Blast from the past. What's up, Lori? Good to see you. Tell Mr. Frank I said hello. Old member of ours. Yeah, good to see you. Going through the pandemic, it was a trip because when I started Boss Moves, I had people coming on, it was in the middle of the day, but still, 20 people, 18 people show up, not too bad of an attendance, at that time because everybody was going live. And so it just declined, like it just dropped off, dropped off, dropped off. And I was like, man, after a while, I was just like, man, I can't keep doing this. But now I realize more that I need to do that because I truly want to build a community, and I truly want to continue to pour out some of the things that I've gone through and experienced. So, I'm gonna try to do this each week and just come on, whether it's just me and you, Dr. Felicia. I know she on somewhere. baby, if it's just me and you, we're gonna have a conversation, but you gotta talk back to me, see. Some of you all don't like to talk back. You all just want to cook chicken in the kitchen and listen and stuff. But yeah, talk back to me and let me know what's going on. But I want to come back on here, and in the future, I'm teeing up some guests, kind of almost like podcast style. I'll bring on some people. We're probably going to talk about some of everything, whether it's faith, family, business, politics, a little bit of everything. So, yeah, thank you for those hearts, Lee. Thank you. We're going to talk about a little about everything under the sun. I'm a business guy, so I'm always come back and talk about business. I'm a faith guy, so I cannot talk about anything and leave God out. And so as I wrap up tonight, and I know hopefully everybody that's watching me going to church tomorrow, I don't know if you're a person of faith or not, but I'm gonna encourage you to go to someone's church. But let me ask you all, what are you studying? What are you reading right now? What God is speaking and saying to you in this season? Anybody? Yeah, what is God speaking and saying to you in this season? Yeah, I've been studying the book of Exodus lately. I've been trying to shake it. I'm like, God, I want to talk about something else, but he keeps bringing me back to Exodus. And he's been sharing some words with me as we have some special guests speaking at our church for the next 3 Sundays, and I'll be back in August. But he's been speaking to me concerning a lot of things. And one word that the Lord dropped in my spirit recently was elevated. Elevate it. Elevate it. I guess that's not one word, that's two. Elevate it. Y'all know I live with my wife, and she has a doctoral degree, and she loves correcting me. So that's not one word, that's two words. Elevate it. And so that resonated in my spirit when I was watching. She likes to watch these cooking shows. Anybody like watching cooking shows? Drop a yes in the chat if you like to watch the cooking shows. Bobby Flay and Gordon Ramsay and all the other chefs that are out there. Some good ones out there, good cooking shows. Well, they always mention elevating the dish. Elevate the dish. And I believe God was just speaking to me about us elevating everything that we produce. Wow. What would happen in your life? Come on, church. Let's have some church before we go home. Let's have some church. What would happen in your life if you elevated everything you produced? Ooh. Okay, the bishop may be on. I see you, bishop. All right. What if we elevated everything that we do? whether it's at home, whether it's our love life, whether it's our business affairs, how we handle our money, how we speak to people, how we treat people. What's up, man? I'm not sure if it's you, Bishop, or your wife, but either way, it's good to see you. And I'm about to get off. You all, I know we got to get on. Hopefully, I can bring the bishop and his wife on real soon. We got to make this happen. I met a couple in Atlanta last week and on 14 businesses. Yo, you all thought I was doing too much. Oh, Bishop, people talk about me like, man, don't you have enough going on? Well, the bishop and his wife, 14 businesses, and we kind of have similar paths, similar journey, and they're in ministry and have multiple businesses and different things that they're doing, and God has taught them how to scale and how to grow their business. And so, on the coaching side, we kind of do the same things and share some commonality. So I thank God that we were able to meet. But yeah, what would happen if we elevated everything that we do? I mean, why don't we think of, the church? We get real church and religious, and we use this word excellence. Do it in excellence, right, Bishop? You know what I'm talking about? Excellence. Excellence. Like, okay, I get it. I understand doing it in excellence, but sometimes excellence cannot be measured. Yeah, sometimes excellence cannot be measured. I wish I can bring my wife on because she's real educated, way more educated than me. In its qualitative state, what does excellence mean? In its qualitative state, what does excellence mean? What does excellence look like? I know some people equate it to 5 star. We talk about the experience, right? And so you can have aspects of things that are excellent, but yet it could still be lacking something. You know, have you ever tasted some food and it was excellent, but it was like, man, that was really good, but it was still missing something? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was still missing something. But I just want to speak to that as we kind of wrap up tonight. And I do want to say a prayer over us tonight. Before I close out, but elevate it. Doesn't mean it has to be perfect, right? Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect, Bishop. I think a lot of us that are analytical, sometimes we get paralysis because even before I can do a live, I wanted to be perfect. Even before I came on tonight, I was like, man, maybe I should sit in my other room where I have my background. I could put my LED lights on. And I was like, man, you overthinking it, man. Just show up. Just elevate it. Yeah, we can elevate it, but sometimes let's not kill our momentum trying to be perfect. What's more important, perfection or momentum? Woo, that sounds like that's a good paper right there. Somebody need a doctor. Where are you? Call my wife in here. I think you can write a dissertation on that. What's better, you know, perfection or speed? Like, I don't know. Hmm. That's something to think about. I think having speed is really important, and sometimes we got to really be careful with that. But I think I would prefer this word God is putting on my heart. Just elevate it. It doesn't mean it has to be perfect, but elevate it. Make it better, right? If I'm going to make it better, it's no different than the iPhone. Every year, every so often, they come out with a better version. We're going to elevate it. Doesn't mean it's excellent. Doesn't mean it's perfect, but we're going to elevate it. We're going to the next level. We're going to the next. What's the next level of technology that will advance? And this advancement, how do we present that to people? Just elevate it. Whatever good services that you're providing, You can charge more when you elevate it, right? When I look at the cooking shows with my wife, what's up, Minerva? When I look at the cooking shows with my wife, we talk about, somebody made scallops or they made a regular steak. They were like, well, elevate it. Everybody has a steak. How does your steak stand out? Elevate it. So I want you to think about that. Let that be your homework till we meet again the next time. What areas of your life are you going to work on elevating it? What areas of your life are you going to work on elevating it? Doesn't mean, watch this, y'all. It doesn't mean it needs to be perfect. Let that set you free tonight. Let that set you free. It doesn't have to be perfect because I can continue to work on it. It can continue to evolve. Think about it, y'all. Think about it when new cars come out, when the Tesla came out, right? When a new computer came out, when all these electronics come out for the first time, even new drugs, the COVID vaccination, they tried to get it to be excellent, a perfect state, the best that it could be, but they had to continue to work on it. They had to continue to make it better. They had to elevate it. Yeah, so I want you to think about that. So listen, y'all, I'm done talking. Let me pray for you before we go, because I would be a horrible pastor, horrible leader if I didn't do that. And so I just want to say thank you all for those that stayed on with me, those that have been on since the beginning, like 45 minutes ago. I did not anticipate being on here this long, but I enjoyed you talking back to me. So thank you. Thank you for joining. And for those that stayed on for 30 seconds and left, I appreciate you too. I appreciate you all. And so let me pray for you, Lord. We just say thank you for just the conversation tonight. I pray for those that have listened, have watched, have popped in and popped out just to see what Michael's doing. I appreciate each and every one of them. But God, I pray for them now that you will touch their minds and their hearts. And as many of us are preparing to go to bed or to do other things prior to going to bed, I just pray that you give us all peace in our minds and our hearts, peace in our homes. There's so many things that come to attack our peace, to attack our minds. God, we come against fear. We come against every demonic assignment that would try to slow us down. But God, I pray that you help us to stay in momentum. Help us to build momentum. God, that we won't focus on it being perfect, but we will elevate it with the grace that you've given us. Now let us walk in that grace, that we may do the things you called us to. Great exploits. Use us, touch our lives, that we may be an example. Help us to follow you. Help us to hear your voice clearly. Help us to have eyes to see, ears to hear what your spirit is saying. And we just say thank you for the night. And I ask you to bless your people in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. We love you. Until the next time, we'll see you soon. All right. Bye-bye.